Micropulse Model M1, batteries, and power from USB. Powering the M1, you have two options. The first is battery power, which is preferred. The M1 is designed to be ultra portable and wearable, and we don't want you to be tied to a wall with a cable. But if you must power the device using USB, you're able to do so. We have a mini USB port, and you have to supply your own cable. Also, you have to use a power port for the USB, and you can't just power it from a laptop or a computer, because then the computer USB starts arguing with the internal microcontroller, and the device doesn't really work. Also notice that the power switch works in opposite directions depending on the power source. To turn the device on, you have to switch it to the left or down from battery. And to power from USB, you have to switch it to the right or up when you're holding the device upright. In either case, to turn the device off, you have to remove one or the other power source. If you have USB and a battery in at the same time, you must remove one of them to turn the device off. If running from battery, it's absolutely okay to run the battery until it's completely drained, but then I recommend that you remove and recharge the battery immediately. You may remove the battery or the USB power at any time without damaging the device. And also note that at power up, the M1 will begin with the most recent settings that you put into the device for intensity and for protocol. Using a battery with the M1 is really the way to go. It's designed to use a very slim, very small camcorder battery, which is rechargeable. There are many options, and I'm showing just a few of them on this slide. Any DLI-88 compatible lithium polymer battery may be used. This is a very common camcorder battery. It's really best to get two batteries and one charger. That way you can keep one battery on charge at all times while you're using the other in your M1. And to keep your batteries fresh and lasting as long as possible, I recommend that you recharge batteries immediately after each use. These are instructions for inserting a new battery into your M1. Inserting a battery is actually fairly simple, but you need to follow these instructions so that you do not damage the battery contacts. First, locate the battery contacts. These are small gold-colored pins identified by the red oval. Those are actually spring pins, and when you insert the battery, they will compress to the left and disappear into the device. Then locate the battery contact pads. These are three small, square, gold-colored pads on the end of the battery. You can see those inside the red oval as well. Make sure you line these pads up so that they will slide into the gold spring pins on your Model M1. Then you just tilt the battery so that the contacts are facing the gold pins and slide it slowly to the left until the battery snaps into place. This video shows how to insert the battery into the M1. Lining up the pads on the battery with the gold pins, you simply slide it in place to the left. To remove the battery, you reverse the process. Pry up the right side of the battery with your fingernail and pull it out to the right. It's important to remember that batteries don't last forever. They wear out over time. A good battery will remain flat and it won't really tilt when you put it on a flat surface. A worn out camcorder battery, on the other hand, will tend to bulge on the sides, so that if you put it onto a flat surface, it'll rock back and forth, as you can see here. This battery has started to get bulging in the center, and that means that it's worn out, and it needs to be recycled and replaced. The Micropulse Model M1, using ICES Generation 6.1 technology. The ultimate in wearable, personal PEMF.